We're very fortunate today to have Kym Staton here. Kym, can you approach wherever you are? There he is. Sorry. He's the founder and director of the streaming platform Films for Change. He's making a new film about this subject in support of Julian Assange, and definitely a good and hard-working campaigner for free speech and indeed press freedom, which unfortunately we're sorely lacking here in the UK. Thank you very much, Kym.
Thanks, Lex. Hi, everybody. So I've been working on this film for 14 months now, and we're about 2/3 through production. We were able to interview the one-of-a-kind Julian Assange on Friday, and that's the 6th interview that we've done, and there's only a few more to go, so we're hoping to have this film finished by the end of the year. It does take a lot of work, and we are trying to do it as quick as possible, of course, because we want to add weight to the campaign to free this journalist and hero, this anti-war activist, as soon as possible. But at the same time, we want the film to be as impactful as possible, because we want this film to be seen by 1 billion people. This is not a simple film that we're doing. It's a really intricate film, rich with information. It's a very philosophical film, and we've got all the top leading activists, the biggest voices and the best thinkers in this massive movement, and it's hard to choose who we're going to include, but when you see the names you'll understand. So, for example, we interviewed Daniel Ellsberg the other day at his home in California, and he spoke to us for 2 hours, and that was amazing. So anyway, that's in production, and we've come over to do a bit of filming, and I've been working on the narration for the film for the last few months, writing initially some very dry essay style stuff, about 5,000 words that I've written, and then I got to the point where I really couldn't express things without making some poetry, and so I just want to share a few poems, and what will happen is some of these words will end up in the narration of the final chapter of the film, where we really want to have the most impact emotionally in the film. So yeah, some of these words will be in the narration. Not sure exactly what and what form, but it's a work in progress. Anyway, here we go. So this one's called Daisies. A small boy clutches tiny white flowers, picked beside prison walls, thrust carefully into jean pockets. A yellow centre surrounded by white petals, extending outwards like a sun of truth. Many years ago, shortly after creating an ingenious technology to speed up the dissemination of truth and end wars, his father spoke of a sun of truth as a guiding beacon for civilization. The small boy passes through prison gates, silent corridors, the frame of a metal detector, stern faces in uniform. Large hands check small pockets. The daisies are confiscated, sheepishly and awkwardly, another act of compliance. Water wells up in small eyes, but do not fall. He stays strong and thinks of his father. But small flowers are stolen, like a father was stolen. Where small flowers grew, there will one day be mighty oak trees. Future generations will take up the mantle. But we still have a chance to save them from this fate. We still have a chance to fix this so that they don't have to. Thank you. This one's called If. If what he exposed wasn't true, they wouldn't try to hide it. If his voice had no power, they wouldn't try to silence it. If minds couldn't learn, they wouldn't try to stifle them. If hearts couldn't unite, they wouldn't try to divide them. If there is a sign on the right side of history, it already has the words Julian Assange engraved on it. If there is a gong in the theatre show that was his trial, its metal is split from being rung so loudly and repeatedly. And if there is a bird that is about to take flight, stretch her wings, and rule the skies. May it be a peace dove and no longer a bald eagle. Just one more. Trustful. If he knew that they committed crimes and he had a river of leaks on his computer screen revealing their felonies, if he knew that their empire is run by dark three-letter orgs and CEOs in camo gear, if he knew that they would chase him to the ends of the earth, if he knew that they are rich, angry old men capable of hideous acrimony and vengefulness, if he knew that humans have an ability to realise they've been deceived, to finally and critically and profoundly and devastatingly open our eyes, then this is a trustful, an incredibly brave trustful, and we are meant to be doing the catching.